Hey everyone, it's Kristen. So today, like I don't normally share a lot of the current action figures because I figure, there's a lot of videos about them and you know, easily accessible, I guess, or something. I mean, I showed, if you want to, you can look at my videos I did about all my 90s X-Men action figures and play sets and villains and all that stuff. Um, I don't know. I did that because I found them and thought, well, that's cool that I still have them. Of course, they were all unboxed because I was a kid. I wanted to play with them. So I did. I played with them in my dollhouse instead of my dolls. um, but I mean, that was fun, pretending the dollhouse was the X mansion. But anyway, okay, my point is, today I, I'm gonna share this line because I'm super excited about them because anyone that knows me knows I'm a huge fan of the 90s animated series of X-Men, which is how I became an X-Men fan, in turn how I became a superhero comic book fan. So when they released the Marvel Legends 90s series, of action figures based on the animated show, oh man, I had to have them. So because normally I leave all my action figures in their packaging because I don't want the packaging to get ruined, and plus how are you going to keep up with all these little things if if you take them out of the packaging. um I bet there's a way you could do it to where you wouldn't ruin any of the packaging, but I don't know, I've just been doing this for years, leaving them in the package, so I'm like, well, and displaying them this way, I'm like, well, I guess I'm not going to start changing anytime soon. But the reason, like, I'm excited to show you these are because, like, look, it's like a VHS tape. I mean, like, see, like, it looks like a VHS tape. I mean, that's so awesome. It's so cool. And then you just open the top. Like, I haven't, I thought I would show you, like, me, unboxing this one so you could kind of see, like, how they're packaged and everything. And then the others I already unboxed to save time because I know my videos tend to run a little long sometimes, which, I don't mean to. Okay, so here he is, Mr. Sinister. And they have just like a little thing, and it has a like thing that secures his feet. And he's a little bit different because like his cape hangs out the back. So I probably picked like the most awkward one to undo. And they actually come like in a bag. You just pull it out. And it looks like he doesn't come with any accessories because the others do. But I mean, look at this. Look how cool this is. And his cape, I mean, look at that. That's pretty cool. It's not removable. And some of these are like stuck together. I think that's on purpose. Um, but he's just a cool figure. I mean, like I said, he's done in the style of the animated show. And I don't know. I mean, he's definitely like, you could definitely display him. Um, I mean, okay, Mr. Sinister, he's never like he's not one of my favorite villains, but he's pretty cool. And they have the whole, he's responsible for the whole Sins of Sinister storyline right now, which is crazy. I mean, if you haven't read it, like I don't want to give anything away. But I'm sure you could, you know, figure out the premise basically because he's a Victorian-born geneticist who kind of made a deal with the devil, like Apocalypse, and he transformed into this mutate. So he's not like technically like a mutant in the true definition. He was like transformed into this kind of basically. um, I mean, so he's worked with Apocalypse before, but he's not like exactly loyal to Apocalypse, you know. Um, I mean, bad guy associations are rarely loyal. Like, they're rarely loyal to each other like heroes are. But anyway, so I just think, he's a pretty cool figure. Um, the facial details are pretty cool, are pretty good. So the next one is Jubilee. Like I said, I took all the other ones out of the box so that it would save time. Like I said, it looks like a VHS tape. It even has the little black right here. I still have a couple of my VHS tapes from back in the day. I didn't want to, because they're X-Men related, I didn't want to get rid of them. They're just part of my collection now. And so she was brought in to be like the young person, the teenager on the show. Of course, she wasn't made for the show. I mean, she debuted in Uncanny X-Men 244, which I have a video of that because I really like that story. And it just happens to include Jubilee in it, basically. But, like I said, I love the box. It's pretty cool. Let's see. She's right here. I'm sorry, like, it's so, you can't really see the facial details. That sucks. Okay, if I zoom in really close, you can. She even has her iconic, like the earrings. Um, and her shirt is more red than pink, I will say, because it was, pink in the show. And then, like, almost every character, like I said, Mr. Sinister didn't, almost every character comes with, like, accessories and stuff. Like, she has a different head that already has her visor attached, which is more how I know her with her visor. Or they give you two different little visors to put on her, which, like I said, it's more like iconic for her to have her visor since it's based on the show. And, or, even on top of her head, but they don't really sit on top of her head. They don't stay, which is probably why they, included this head in it. And then they have, I almost dropped it. They have these for her hands, like to simulate her powers. You like wrap them around her hands and her arms, kind of like this. And that's pretty cool. I like that. I like that they included that. So I think they definitely needed to include like the different head, since they chose not to have her main head, have the actual visor on. And then we have next is Jean Grey, which I will say on her, the face isn't exactly like her. Doesn't look exactly like her. I mean, granted, it's not going to look exactly like him, but she's in her iconic, you know, um, costume from the series. I like that they included, a different head of her, with her hair down. Although usually her hair, I will say, in costume was usually in this ponytail. But I like that they included the different head. And I will say the head with the hair almost looks a little bit more like her. I think just the shape of the mouth is a little bit different. And like, the face shape is a little bit different. So I think actually the head with her hair down actually looks more like her. Oh, I forgot to show you the box. I almost forgot to show you the box. What am I thinking? So here it is. Like I said, I just think this is really cool that they include, that they're in these boxes and they're based on the characters. That's what I wanted them. Um, and this is Morph. He was kind of created for the show. Um, he was basically, they came back to say that he was Changeling, the shapeshifter that died while posing as Professor Xavier back in like issue Uncanny X-Men 42. And they couldn't call him Changeling because DC already had like a patent on that or something. So they couldn't use that name, so they called him Morph. And actually, he turned up in Exiles. It's a like a comic book series where they Blink is a part of it, of the Age of Apocalypse. He was like an Age of the Apocalypse character, and he's also like from an alternate Earth, like Earth 1081, I think. And so he is on the Exiles team, and he helps make sure that nothing bad happens to like the realities or time streams or whatever. They have all kinds of crazy adventures. Um, so yeah, and of course, if you've seen the show, he kind of dies in the first episode. And later we learn that Mr. Sinister has taken him and used him for his own purposes, like Mr. Sinister does. I mean, Mr. Sinister is obsessed with like creating the perfect mutant, and for some reason he thinks Cyclops and Jean Grey have like the perfect genetic material in order to create the perfect mutant. So he's kind of obsessed with them. So this is more. I'll say his face is, is pretty close. It's pretty close to, the A-Man series. Like I said, I'm sorry that, you guys can't see this. I was like running late today, so hence it's dark. Like I was having issues with my computer. It wouldn't read my webcam, so I apologize. Like I normally would do this, earlier where it's not dark and there's more light, but unfortunately my computer just didn't want to cooperate with me. I don't know what happened. And then here's his face where he's, evil, so to speak, where Mr. Sinister has used him. So you can use that. And he also has different hands. Like if you want his hands to be open instead of just, the closed fist, you can do that too. I'm just putting these back in the bag so I don't lose them. So it's nice, like I said, that, you can put these in back in the box, and they have like a little bag for them because otherwise I would probably end up losing some of this stuff. And then we have Mystique, another X-Men villain from the A-Man series. So, I mean, she's in the comic books too, of course. I mean, she's been around for quite a while. And she's been like part of the X-Men and not part, like she was part of Freedom Force, like a government sanctioned um, mutant team. And then she was part of X Factor very reluctantly because she had like an implant in her that kind of made her be cooperative or whatever. And then she joined the X-Men undercover as Fox. Um, she has a complicated history with the X-Men because, of course, Rogue is her adopted daughter, and Nightcrawler is her actual son. Um, I bet them. Well, I don't know. They might make a Nightcrawler figure in this series down the line. I mean, I hope so. I like Nightcrawler. He's one of my favorites. Anyway, so here she is, and I will say she looks pretty close. I mean, it's hard to mess up her face because it's pretty iconic. Like she has the skull right here, yellow eyes, no pupils. So it's hard to mess up her face, I will say. And then let's see, what does she have with her? Oh my gosh! I haven't looked at this yet because, obviously I haven't looked at this. Okay, she has a hand, well, sorry, a hand that can hold a gun, different guns. And look, I mean, oh my gosh, look, it's baby Nightcrawler from the one episode where, the Family Ties episode where she talks, Rogue learns all about her connection to her and Nightcrawler and stuff. And oh my gosh, she's so cute. So I guess they might not make a Nightcrawler figure of this because they already have baby Nightcrawler. I mean, oh my gosh, that's so cute. I mean, oh, that's so cute. I honestly was expecting her to have a different head, that you could put on her. Like I said, I haven't looked at all the little stuff yet. I mean, obviously I saw the figure when I unboxed him for this video beforehand, so I wouldn't take forever doing this video but no, I hadn't looked at the little things yet, and so that's so cute. So I guess we'll see. I guess we'll see what happens. And then Storm, oh, she was one of my favorites. Like Storm, of course, Rogue is my absolute favorite, but Storm was, my next one on the show. I mean, she was just so cool and so pretty and just so like regal and elegant and I just really liked her. I thought she was cool. Oh. And here she is. She has like the, cape and it's fabric, which is cool. And you can see the lines on her costume, like the animated series. And her hair is pretty good. I mean, because she does have like all that hair. Um, her face is not bad. I mean, it kind of looks like her, kind of not, but it's not going to be perfect, obviously. And oh, I can see she kind of has like lightning that you can use. Sorry. Yeah, see, she has like hands that are lightning fingers. Um, I will say these hands, kind of aren't that well done because you can see like the separation and like the fingers look all a little bit weird. But it's still cool. Like if you put these on the figure, it still looks cool. Sorry. Okay, so let's see. We have one more. And of course, the most popular character that came out of X-Men and one of the most popular Marvel characters, period, Wolverine. So let's see. And his face, I mean, with the mask on, it's hard to mess up his face. I mean, honestly, you can't really mess it up. What's interesting to me, I guess because Storm has a white costume that, they had to do the black lines to make it seem um more true to this series. Because nobody else has those lines on them. So here's Wolverine. He has the claws, of course. I mean, what's more iconic than Wolverine's claws? And a different hand, a different face with him mad. And then, oh my gosh, this little iconic picture of that's so cute. Like, I wish I had this, back when I played with action figures to put it on my dollhouse. I mean, I still have my dollhouse, so I still might put this in my dollhouse, but it's, the picture of Scott and Jean that he destroys because, he's secretly, of course, in love with Jean. Although, it's not that much of a secret, but apparently it kind of is, in the animated series anyway. So, yeah, that's all of them. Mr. Sinister, Wolverine, more Mystique, Jubilee, and Jean Grey and Storm. And I know there's a Cyclops out, but unfortunately, like every single time I go to try to order it, like I tried to pre-order him and it was sold out. I kept checking to see if he would come back because he was always sold out, and he's still sold out. So unfortunately, I don't think I'm going to be able to get Cyclops, which is really, really disappointing because I mean, without Cyclops, I don't have all of them. That's sad when you're trying to collect all of something and you can't because it's sold out and you can't get it. So I'm hoping it'll come back and or they'll even if they do like a second reproduction of it, I would be fine with that. I'd buy it because and it's just for my personal collection. It's not like I'm trying to hold on to it because of the value of, the thing, hoping that it will go up or anything. I mean, that's how I feel about my comic book, all my comic books, my collectibles. They're for me. Like, I'm not planning on reselling them or anything. Like, I guess, when when I die and I pass them on to whoever, I don't know yet, they can do whatever they want with them because, of course, I won't be here anymore. But for now, they're just for me. So I'm disappointed that I don't have Cyclops, and I will keep trying. But for now, I don't have Cyclops. And so far, they haven't released any more. I'm hoping, of course, that they release the rest of the characters, like Rogue. I really want a Rogue one. And of course, Rogue and Gambit, Icon and Beast, that would be cool too. I mean, just all the other characters that made that show. So I hope you enjoyed this video. I mean, like I said, I don't normally do like an unboxing video because, I mean, you know, a lot of people do those, and so they're pretty easily accessible, but I was just really excited about these action figures because they're based on the animated series, and that's how I got into comic books, got into superheroes, was the X-Men animated series. So I just thought it was so cool that they did a line solely based on that. So I hope you will join me for the next video. Let me know which your favorite character was. I mean, like I said, I apologize for it being so dark. I didn't think about that when I started doing this video. Um, so it was hard to see them probably. So I apologize. But I still hope you enjoyed this video anyway. So, and I hope you will join me for future videos. Until next time, bye.